I can't say my name for my own protection, so for now, call me Researcher X. But what I can say is that I worked on a super soldier project for the government. Yeah, I know. Stereotypical. But I swear it's the truth. They called it Project Lovecraft. I don't know when it began, but I was transferred to it as a researcher after its beginning. It was in a bunker up beneath Area 51. Again, I know, stereotypical. But that's the beauty of it. Area 51's infamy makes it too obvious to use, therefore it's the perfect location. That's my thought process on it anyway. I'm getting off subject. I arrived there in 2001 and worked on it, and even now I continue to do so, and let me tell you, I have seen some fucked up shit. So I figured I should tell someone about it. Let someone know what we're doing here. It's wrong. Thus, this post. So let's start with some experiment reports, shall we? Hopefully they don't find this. That's how executions happen. Experiment log. Date, May 1st, 2001. Project, Lovecraft 247. Subject, Private First Class. Height, 6 foot. Weight, 140 pounds. Subject was fastened with a gurney with a 1.5-inch leather strap to both wrists and ankles. He was injected with a sample of serum Lovecraft 47B. Subject began to convulse for approximately 2.5 minutes. After the end of convulsions, Private began to gain muscle mass exponentially. Blood began to come from his eyes, and at the point of his muscle mass reaching approximately 75% of its original size, Subject's heart and eyes exploded, killing him instantly. Researcher notes, this test was promising. The subject's muscle mass growth was a welcome improvement over previous testing. Experiment log. Date, June 15th, 2001. Project, Lovecraft 287. Subject, Sergeant. Height, 5 foot 11. Weight, 210 pounds. Subject, per own request, was placed in a 5x5 holding cell made of 10-inch bulletproof glass immediately after injection with sample of serum Lovecraft 59A. Approximately 45 seconds after, subject began convulsions, with amounts of blood and digestive fluids being vomited during these convulsions. Subject muscle growth rapidly increased by a measure of 15%. Convulsions ceased after 2 minutes, after which subject let out a seemingly rabid and feral scream. Subject struck the glass with a force of per square inch, fracturing the glass. 3 armed personnel entered the holding area and opened fire with M16 assault rifles, loaded with anti-personnel rounds. Subject is wounded but has no visible reaction. Subject attacks the guards, dismembering each. Subject begins to eat corpses. During consumption, subject appears to grow a 3rd arm and eye, as well as other appendages. The subject's heart explodes approximately 45 seconds after consumption of flesh begins. Researcher notes, the cannibalistic tendencies of the subject were not expected. However, the seeming imperviousness to bullets and increased strength, as well as extra limb growth, are promising. Future testing is needed. That's all I can share for now. I know it's not a lot. I can't leak too much right now. They might catch on if I do. Okay. I have to go for now, but I promise I'll return with more. And if I don't, they got me. Researcher X signing off. Hello everyone, this is Researcher X. In case you missed my original post, let me get you up to speed. I am a researcher on a government super soldier project known as Project Lovecraft. Now, seeing as my superiors haven't found the last post and you guys think it's fiction, we're all safe for now. However, to the families of the poor souls we've performed this project on, I'm so sorry. I know we will all burn in hell for what we've done. Every one of us. From the head researchers down to the lowest of recruits. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent, aren't I? You guys are here for more experiments, aren't you? You sick fucks. But hey, I did promise, so here we go. Experiment log. Date, August 13th, 2001. Project, Lovecraft 387. Subject, pregnant female of years of age. Height, 5'6". Weight, 130 pounds. Subject, under the guise of an abortion, is injected into her womb with a sample of serum Lovecraft 87B. Approximately 35 seconds later, convulsions began. Subject's neck twisted at an angle of 372 degrees. Movement continued. 1.5 minutes after the beginning of convulsions, subject's upper torso ruptured. Previously early-term fetus, now seemingly fully grown, emerges from the chest cavity. The fetus hereby referenced to as Subject Lovecraft 2, and the mother is referred as Lovecraft 1. Lovecraft 1 proceeds to somehow still be capable of movement despite seemingly fatal wounding. 3 arm-like appendages grow from her sides, and her jaw extends 3 inches from her skull. Lovecraft 2 has 5 eyes and numerous deformities. Subjects struck the reinforced walls surrounding them for approximately 5 minutes before they expire. At this point, Subject Lovecraft 1's internal organs liquefied, and Lovecraft 2 expired at the same point as the mother. Autopsy report. Subject Lovecraft 2, despite not being full term, weighed 47 pounds, 7 ounces. It also lacked a heart, as well as a digestive tract. Additionally, Lovecraft 2 had several bones not found in humans, and 3-inch fang-like teeth. Researcher notes showed the normal feral behavior of previous subjects. The lack of a digestive tract and heart in Subject Lovecraft 2 suggests an adaptiveness due to previous subjects' hearts exploding. Also, the growth of additional appendages without cannibalistic tendencies is very promising indeed. It is still undetermined how the mother lived as long as she did, considering her injuries. Experiment log. Date, September 13th, 2001. Project, Lovecraft 415. Subject, corpse of victim from World Trade Center attack. Cause of death, death upon impact after leaping from World Trade Center 1 on September 11th. Height, unavailable due to cause of death. Weight, unavailable. Subject was placed onto a standard autopsy table and injected with serum Lovecraft 89A. Approximately 5 minutes after initial exposure, subject began to reanimate. Subject stood despite multiple bone fractures in his skeleton, especially leg fractures. Subject regurgitates its heart. It proceeds to consume the organ, growing a second mouth in its neck region, complete with teeth. Upon seeing researchers looking on from behind protective glass, it lunges. It struck on the glass, managing to break it, and Dr. was grabbed and pulled through. Using its second mouth, subject sprayed digestive fluids on the doctor. It then proceeded to rip out the esophagus and consume it. After consumption of the doctor's flesh, it grew a tendril-like appendage out of its back. Personnel armed with explosive round ammunition and 12-gauge shotgun entered and terminated the subject after several rounds. Researcher notes. While the death of a colleague is never a good thing, the reanimation of the dead tissue and lack of death before personnel intervention does suggest a possible military application. The cannibalism and growth of appendages is still a side effect of the Lovecraft serum we don't fully understand. Perhaps we could make use of it as a biological weapon. Following the reanimation of Dr. Spotty, any attempt to use Lovecraft 89A as a bioweapon, under any circumstances, will be denied due to risk of contagion. So these were more graphic. Told you I'd seen some shit. So with that, let me know if you want more, and barring they don't find out who I am, I'll post more. Until then, I've been Researcher X, bringing you the reports on Project Lovecraft. Upon the request of Incredible Platypus, I did some digging and found the security footage of the incident of Dr. reanimating. Below is my best try at a transcription, I guess. Date, September 14th, 2001. Time, 0100 hours. Dr. Spotty was laid on an autopsy table, having been dissected for internal effects of the digestive fluids they were coated in by hostile Lovecraft subject. At approximately the half-hour mark, with several major organs missing, sits up on the table. A nearby researcher doesn't see this. Nearby referred to as 89A1, punctures the researcher's upper torso from behind with a single strike. 89A1's arm is visibly all the way through the researcher. The next 35 minutes of footage consists of 89A1 eating the flesh of the researcher's corpse before it too reanimates, nearby referring to as 89A2. At the point of 89A2's reanimation, 89A1 has already begun previous side effect of growth of appendages and orifices in its body. At 0200 hours, 2 armed personnel enter the room on patrol. 89A1 and 89A2 attack them. They kill one member of the patrol, but the other kills 89A2 before 89A1 kills the personnel. 10 minutes later, a squad of armed personnel arrive. Although they suffer casualties, they put down all instances of 89A. Dead members' bodies were incinerated immediately, along with all instances of 89A reanimated corpses. So yeah, may have accidentally made zombies. We're definitely going to hell.